NASCAR Nationwide Series at Nashville Superspeedway. Presented by Pennzoil Platinum Full Synthetic. Our ultimate clean, your ultimate feeling. And in part by American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Visit us at AmericanStandardAir.com. And Toyo Tires. Toyo Tires is driven to perform.
Kyle Busch has now led 3 times for 125 laps. And Kyle, I'm sorry, buddy, but here's the deal. You have now led the most laps 6 consecutive races in a row. And he's won 1 of them at Richmond, but he's had all kinds of horrible luck. The right rear tire at Darlington, the rain at Charlotte, the right front tire at Dover. That leaves 2 left side tires and snow as the other things that could happen.
Doc, what are you trying to do to that poor guy?
No, we're not. I just want to prove to him that we're not going to jinx him. He is such an incredible talent.
I knew it was your fault. I just wasn't saying anything.
Okay.
But isn't that all the same stuff you always say before he has a flat tire or something like that?
He is not going to have trouble. I've realized he's never won here at Nashville. He's got 2 top 10 finishes, but he's not been to victory lane here in the NASCAR Nationwide car. But what a run he's having tonight.
I'll tell you, he's picked up something here. He's found something on the racetrack because he's picked up a couple of tenths. He was losing time and ground to this 88 car, Brad Keselowski, but he's evidently moved his line around, Rusty, because I see now that he has picked up a tenth or 2.
Well, there's a couple things he could have done. Maybe back the corner up a little bit. He's not driving down as deep into the corner. These engines don't have a lot of horsepower, so the quicker you can get back in the throttle and make the whole corner, it might do it. That might be one of them. But Keselowski has been solid too. He's about a tenth of a second slower than Kyle right now. But a little while ago he was faster than Kyle. It's kind of stabilized now.
Last 2 times we've been here at Nashville, we've had a lead change for the win in the final 10 laps. Brad Keselowski in this race a year ago passed Clint Bowyer with 5 laps to go to take the win. And Kyle Busch got passed back in April with 10 laps to go for the win for Joey Logano.
Okay, we'll take a look at Bobby Hamilton, the 81 car. I mean, he's given this car a good ride. I mean, it's a pretty good car, but it's a lot better car right now. Bobby's really worked on it, got it handling good, and good solid run, Shannon.
Yeah, and he was very happy with this car. He said about 15 laps in practice, he knew that this car was coming to him. He's most likely going to be behind the wheel of this 81 car in Kentucky, but right now, Bobby Hamilton Jr. says it's just a race-by-race basis, and he put stickers on that car as soon as the sun went down, and the cars really come to him.
And right in front of him is the 70 car, and give a call to Shelby Howard, the 23-year-old driver out of Greenwood, Indiana. Now the Mary Louise Miller car, he just went around the 81 car to take the 14th spot away. And this young man, who was a modified late model mini sprint car champion, young ARCA winner at the age of 17, really starting to get it done here as he's developing as a Nationwide Series driver.
Yeah, he's getting his chance in this 70 car, and this 70 car has been pretty strong. Mark Green gave it a few good rides. This is a decent car here, and he's showing it.
Well, you need laps to get experience, and stays out of wrecks. Hey, man, I've been through that with Steven, wrecking so many cars early in his career. I said, you can't learn if you're always wrecking. And Shelby's doing a good job right now. All these young guys that are out here, they just need to finish this race and go back and say, man, boy, did I learn something tonight.
Let's update what's going on with the 88 car. Of course, he's the guy that won this race a year ago and won a week ago at Dover, Delaware. Dave standing by with his crew chief.
That's Tony Eury Sr. And Tony, did Brad's car slow a little bit, or did you think Kyle found something more in the 18?
I think Kyle just picked it up a little bit. He was sitting there running 80s. He was running 70s, 80s, and I think he picked it up a little bit. He got to running some 60s. I don't think we're capable of doing it. It's like about the best we can do is 80s, 90s. So just have to see what happens.
What can you do for him on the final stop, do you think? What do you think you can do for him chassis-wise?
I don't know. He said that he knows he needs a little something, but he don't know exactly what he needs. So, Kyle's been tough all year long, but we'll just have to see what happens.
All right, thank you, Dave. As you watch the position change here for a 6th spot, and there is Mike Bliss now going by and taking it away from Stephen Wallace. By the way, the 27 car, Jason Keller, is now showing us 44 laps down. He is back on the racetrack, so give a call to Todd Gordon and the whole Baker Curb crew to get him back out and try to gain some valuable points.
Points are everything, man. I tell you, if you get that thing fixed and get it back out there, 5 points, 10 points, might sound like a little bit, but at the end, it's a lot.
All right, crew chief, we're going to have one more pit stop with maybe 35 to 40 laps to go.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. If we don't see another caution before then, if we see a caution, you'll see you know, all the cars on pit road getting 4 tires. But, you know, I'm impressed with this 38 car. He's got 20 more laps on his tires than the other leaders. He's still hanging in there in 4th spot.
Yeah, Andy, I asked you about that earlier. I really questioned that call out of Jason Leffler in that 38 car, but these tires that Goodyear brought tonight are really holding up well. They're not falling off a whole lot. I mean, it seems like the first 10 laps somebody takes off, then they stabilize. So it was a good call on Leffler's part, and Scott Zipadelli saving that last set of tires.
So we are about 15 or so laps away from what should be the final pit stop here at Nashville Superspeedway. Kyle Busch, you know the story. He's led now the most laps, 6 consecutive races in a row. Can he hold on and get his first win at Nashville here tonight? Nashville Superspeedway, known for some late race surprises and fireworks here. Back in 2004, all the leaders up front get together, and guess who? Here comes Michael Waltrip from 22nd starting position. He would lead only the final 2 laps, but he's the one celebrating in victory lane. Here 1 year ago, 5 laps to go. Clint Boyer's the veteran, but here comes the kid from Michigan. And Brad Keselowski would celebrate getting that coveted Gibson guitar. Back in April this year, 19 lead changes, 15 times. These 2 guys went back and forth, and with 10 laps to go, it is Joey Logano going by his teammate, and Logano would pick up the victory here in Nashville, Tennessee. So, Andy, as they say, it's never over.
That's right. It's never over till it's over. Hope you haven't jinxed Kyle Busch.
Well, let's try not to. Let's find out with the pit stops coming in about 10 laps. Let's listen in and see what they may be talking about here on the radios. Here's the 18 radio.
So we'll do that half wedge, and I may do just a tick of air in the left rear to get you going.
Well, adjustments, they're talking about it.
Yeah, he wants to make his car just a little bit better. He's holding his own with the lead, but he looks in his mirror and he sees that 88 car kind of showing up every now and then. So they want to make sure they don't get behind on their adjustment.
And Kyle Busch is the leader, Keselowski second, but this 60 car of Carl Edwards hanging right there, maybe having the best or most consistent run he has had to date here in 2009. Let's listen into his radio.
Going to put a round of wedge in the left rear, and we're working on some air pressure stuff right now. Last time we took 1 pound out of both rears.
And whatever they did on that last stop really woke the 60 car up, because he has been the consistent fastest car on the racetrack the last 15 or 20 laps. The only problem is he's 4 seconds behind leader Kyle Busch. What he really needs is a caution flag to get this field reset.
Well, I'll tell you what, everybody needs a caution flag right now, except for a couple, and one of them is Stephen Light. He's the first guy. I mean, he can go. If the top 4 guys pit right now, Stephen Light's running 5th. He's got 13 more laps of fuel in that tank than everybody else, and so this could really mess everything up if the caution flag comes out while these guys hit pit road.
Leaders last pitted on lap 115, so we're guessing they will be in sometime in the next 8 to 10 laps, if not earlier than that.
And if they hit pit road, Light's going to be still out there, and that could put everybody in a big problem, except for Light.
Stephen Light, who pulled off the huge upset at Kentucky 2 years ago. One of 3 consecutive first-time winners we've had at Kentucky Speedway. We'll be headed back there next week.
He's running consistent lap times also. He's only about a tenth, maybe half a tenth off of leader Kyle Busch on his lap time, so he's still got, you know, a lot left in this car.
Andy, the thing I can't believe, I mean, I can believe because Goodyear builds a really good tire. I mean, the top 7 cars are all running in the 30-90s. I've never seen a nationwide event where the cars are that close, that far down. I mean, the top 10 cars. And as this race is going on, these tires are actually getting faster.